Ladies and gentlemen, this is 4 3-minute rounds of boxing in the middleweight action, live on Facebook, only full fights, and via VIP ringside. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the red, black and silver coloured shorts. At the weight he's got 11 stone exactly. Presenting from Smoking Joe's camp in Birmingham, here is Ben Fields. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white, gold and multicoloured shorts. At the weight he's got 11 stone 4 pounds. From 2 contests he has 2 wins. Presenting from Rochdale, the undefeated Muhammad Ali. Timekeeper at the bell is Chris O'Connor, and referee in charge of the action, Andy Brook from Leeds, 4 3-minute rounds.
Both know the rules, defend yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times, touch gloves, let's have a good clean fight.
So it'll be a good one this. It'll be interesting to see how Ali approaches it. Like we say, in his first fight against Andre C, but he looked quite decent. Last time against Danny Little he had a few spots where he didn't look quite as good, so it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Yeah, like we said earlier, we said it last week if you're watching in Liverpool, Ben Fields is unexpected test and he's come firing out of that corner, landing some wild shots.
He looks solid as well, doesn't he, Fields? He looks like he's going to be a solid campaign. He's going to ask quite a few questions of Ali tonight.
Yeah, and he's a different kind of opponent than usually these guys are thrown in with. You know, he's chosen to go on the road now, but he's still unbeaten after winning last weekend.
And trying the right hand as well, over the top there, Fields. So if Ali's lazy with the jab tonight, we might see him get caught more often than we've seen previously.
Yeah, he's already looking for that big shot, Fields. Ali just tying him up on the inside.
Fields has got a fan out there, Dean Cook, has said, come on Fields. Lee Early's going for Ali. Derek Hollis asked us if it's live, it certainly is.
Yeah, that's better from Ali there, just throwing out that left hand. A bit reckless when he came on the inside there though.
Yeah, Fields looks like he's a bit reckless himself, so it could get interesting on the inside. This one may be a bit messy and a bit rough.
Yeah, certainly got to watch the heads with these two as well already. They've come dangerously close on a couple of occasions. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a few head clashes.
A good few people are behind Ben. We've got Connor Boyce has said, come on Ben. Richard Young, the same thing.
Both men just trading right hands there. Ali coming out on top of that exchange. Been a close opening 2 minutes this. Both men have landed a couple of big shots.
Yeah, and he doesn't look intimidated at all, Fields. He's put out quite a bit of nervous energy maybe in the first 2 minutes. He might settle down as the rounds progress, and we said last time that Ali kind of faded us sometimes a little bit in the round, so it'll be interesting to see if Fields can capitalise on that.
Yeah, Fields looked comfortable doing the 4-round distance when we saw him last weekend. A nice right hand over the top from Fields. And he's certainly come and had a go. He's got a lot more ambition than he did last week, even though he got the win. It was a lot more calculated performance. Tonight he's really come to have a go.
Yeah, as you say, he's going for it. It's a bit wild, it's a bit reckless as well. David Anthony said there's wild shots galore in this round, and I'd agree with him there. And I don't think we're going to see them settle down. Maybe the pace might settle, but I don't think we're going to see the wildness of the punches change over the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, Mick Mulcahy saying that Ali needs to try and keep it long and use that jab. That's certainly what I thought we'd see in the opener, but a decent round for Fields, that.
Yeah, it's a good round so far for Fields. He came out, he took it to Ali. It's an hard round score because it was so messy as well. I think the slightly better punches with Ali, so I'm leaning slightly in this direction, but I wouldn't grumble if it went either way, to be honest, that round.
Let us know what you think on the Facebook stream. VIP Boxing, live and only full fights as well. Hashtag VIP Boxing live on Twitter. Get some tweets in as well and we'll get all them read out. And we're live on VIPboxing.tv as always. Make sure you sign up to the website and watch us on there. Yeah, and follow the video box on VIPboxing.tv as well. Make sure you know when all the live shows are coming up as we head into the new year after this one.
So a few people are telling us they want to see Ali settle down a little bit more, and I think that's what he needs. He can't get drawn into a wild fight. If that's the case, he might end up losing this undefeated record before his career is even underway, and he takes a chopping right hand to the back of the head then Ali as he came in.
Yeah, really close round, that opener to score for the referee. Interesting to see how he has it. And both men will just be wanting to assert themselves. And talking to John Pegg before this one, and he was saying this is the last time Fields out this year, so he wants to get another win under his belt, and you can see he's come out with intent. Well, he's just got to settle into this now.
Yeah, and he's started landing a good jab there as well. Fields, if he brings his jab into the equation, it might just settle his own boxing down a little bit, and he might start piling up the points in this round.
Yeah, you'd certainly think so. That's better from Ali though, firing that jab out. Just needs to try and keep Fields at a little bit of range. Head clash as Fields came in then. I mentioned it in the last round. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more of them with the styles these both have.
And Mick from the Wild House Boxing Gym thought that first round was a draw. So it just shows you that opinion was divided over that first round. It was a messy round and difficult to score as well. I always try and find a winner of the round, but sometimes some people just go for the 10-10 round just because if not much has happened or the action has been particularly wild or it's just been difficult to gauge.
And Macaulay McGowan wants to see an Ali shuffle. Don't get Terry started on puns involving Muhammad Ali.
No, I was just thinking about maybe saying about the truffle shuffle. It's the only one I can manage these days. I didn't go to boxing shows for 8 months, then the first one I went to, referee Steve Gray told me I put on a bit of timber, so I appreciated that, Steve.
The truffle shuffle was a Curtis Gargano trick before he retired. Been better this round from Ali. Still a tough one to score, but he's certainly firing that jab out with a lot more intent.
Yeah, he's taken a few right hands in this round, Ali, but like you say, he's trying to establish the jab, but it's just very, very difficult for him because of the nature of the contest. The nature of the contest being so bitty and mixed, it's going to be an interesting one with it being a 4-rounder as well. We could maybe see a draw in this one.
Yeah, I was going to say the 4 rounds will play a big part in this. It's not long at all. You know, credit for Ali for taking this fight and for Fields.
And some good shots there from Fields, and Ali tries responding in kind. So it's been a messy round, but the action's there for people to see.
Yeah, and if either man could just start to land some straight shots, they'll have a lot more success. Both men are just firing in wild shots at the moment. You know, neither man's really taken control of this contest so far as we've reached the halfway point. Yeah, that was better from Ali landing the jab, but Fields coming back with shots of his own. Nice body shot from Fields landing there. He just started to pick the body shots towards the end of this round and halfway through, and a very difficult one to score.
Yeah, I thought it was a good round for Field. I thought he took that round, so I've got them 1 round apiece. It'd be really interesting if someone got hurt in the next round or two, or there was a knockdown of any kind. That would really throw the cat amongst the pigeons. But as things stand, I've got it 1 apiece going into round 3. So they're all square and pretty much back to where they were when the first bell kicked off.
Yeah, and if the fight continues like this, it'll be one of them where the loser will feel aggrieved to have not got the nod, and both men will feel like they're winning this fight. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's so messy in there as well. You can't blame them for thinking that. It's a subjective thing. The scoring, as we mentioned before, there is criteria, but the worst person to ask to score their own fights is a fighter, as we saw with Deontay Wilder last week when he watched his fight with Tyson Fury, and Deontay thought he won 10 of the rounds when he clearly didn't to any objective viewer.
Well, round 3 coming up. Interesting to see if either man can really dominate this one.
I don't know if Fields sensed something from Ali at the end of the last round, but Fields has come out really looking to try and dominate early on in this 3rd round.
Yeah, Fields landed a couple of body shots towards the end of the second. I think he's just trying to capitalise on them. Not let Ali get his breath back.
Macaulay McGowan as well thinks it's a good fight. He's also got it 1 round apiece. Ali just threw a left hook there to the body to try and take a bit of steam away from Fields, and he came out flying for those first 30 seconds, Fields, but it's kind of died down a little bit now.
Everything from Fields is wild, and Ali just looks like he's got the measure of him a little bit there. Just got out of the way a couple of shots that Fields was throwing. I'd like to see both men just using some straight shots. Everything's been wild and wide so far, and there's a big target down the middle.
Yeah, he's found it hard this round, Ali, to get a foothold into the round just because of the way Field is harassing him and coming at him.
The tempo's just dropped slightly. We reached the halfway point in this third round.
We've had a question from Jade Geffin saying Alex Matvienko's put some weight on. Is he eating all the fighters' diet plans? I don't think Alex will like that. I'll have to have a proper look at him later and see if maybe he's packing a bit of timber as well as we go into our old age.
I have to say, Mickey Young did say before on the stream that Alex seems to eat everything in the gym.
That sounds about right there. Maybe Jade's onto something there.
I'm not saying anything though.
Philly Mogg says, I bet the referees hate scoring these fights. I'd say so, yeah. You have to be ultra concentrated on this fight. This one's being refereed by Brooke, but Darren Sargent's scoring it at ringside, as I mentioned earlier. This referee's just learning his trade, and he doesn't want to be distracted with having to score the fight as well. So that's going to be scored by Sargentson outside the ring, and it'll be interesting to see what he's seeing.
Yeah, and it's so difficult because the man that loses will feel aggrieved. There's no doubt about that. And it's such a difficult job these referees have to score the contest. There's only one scorecard, remember, in these 4-rounders. Really messy contest, this one so far. Nice work from Ali to the body on the way out there.
Yeah, and this type of messy contest so far favours Fields just because Ali likes to get behind his jab than what we've seen of him in his first 2 fights, and he's not really been able to establish that in this fight. He's on the back foot as well, and Fields is just coming at him incessantly.
Yeah, come towards the end of this third round, and yet again another close one. Nice body shot from Ali, but Fields came back and just knocked off balance at the end of that round. And Ali just trying to get the crowd going a little bit there.
Yeah, I give that round to Ben Fields. So I've got Ben Fields 2-up against Ali in the battle of the undefeated fighters. As I say, this is not Ali's game. He likes to have a bit more space, but he's being harassed, he's being pushed around at the moment, and it doesn't really seem to be suited to his style of boxing. So I'd like to see Ali come out, establish his jab and try and get a big final round there. Yeah,
and it could be one of these fights. That first round was maybe a draw, like a lot of people saw it on the stream. It could all be on this round. Both men certainly need to win this round if they're going to get anything out of the fight.
David Anthony feels Fields is walking Ali down. Carl Price is saying, come on Ben, have a good last round.
Yeah, both men need a good last round here. Fields just clapping his gloves and jumping off the stool, and they'll both give everything here, there's no doubt about that.
And people asking about the remaining fights. After this we've got Jack Rafferty against Radoslav Mitev. James Moorcroft meets William Warburton in what should be the fight of the night maybe. We've got Jack Flatley against Angel Emilov, and the main event is Jack Cullen against Thomas Bedstover.
As you were talking then, as expected, both men came flying out for this 4th and final round.
We have a bit of a split. We've got Lee Hurley, who has Ali winning so far. And David Anthony says Ali needs a big last round, but Fields is going to go out, cut the ring off and clobber Ali. Carl Cunliffe actually thinks Ali's going down in this round. Connor Boyce thinks he's being walked down.
Just so you're talking, it's better from Ali. Just back Fields up against the ropes. And Fields come back with shots of his own though.
And it's a determined guy, Fields, isn't he? You should say Ali's landed a couple of shots there and he just keeps pouring it on. The pace has dropped in this round, so for the final 2 minutes that might favour Ali slightly if he can use his better quality.
Yeah, it's been, like we said before, it's been a messy fight, and neither man has really landed too much clean shots. It's been scruffy work on the inside, wide shots from Fields and Ali. Ali's been dragged into the fight that Fields wanted to make it.
Yeah, I thought Ali would take over this last 2 minutes, maybe when the pace drops, but Fields has just upped the pace again and started making it messy. And it's working to his advantage so far, I think. And Ali really needs an injection of pace, I think, for this last minute of the round.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see they're both starting to feel the pace, as you would do. It's been ferocious so far, this one. Coming towards the last minute, and it could all be on this minute.
We've had a comment from Valentin Sebastien saying Sus Dries la Rue. I completely agree with that. You said it better than I could possibly say the same thing. In terms of the fight, how have you got it at the moment, Luke?
I think, to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a draw. I think the first round was close. Well, all the rounds have been close.
Yeah, it's been scrappy.
And it's one of them that, like I said, in that first round, the man that loses will feel really aggrieved and think they've won. And the man that wins will think they rightly won. So we'll see how the referees got this one. It wouldn't be surprised if I see a draw, though.
Yeah, it could be 2 rounds apiece. At the moment, I've got Fields up by 2 rounds to 1. And going in the last stage of this final round, I think Fields has done enough to take this round as well. Ali's given us a late flourish, but when the pace dropped, Ali should have really taken over and started to pile up the points, and that's not been the case. He lands with a left hook there, but at the same time Fields lands with a right uppercut. So although it's been messy, there has been action in the fight as well.
Yeah, it's been a really strong finish this from Fields to the last round. And there we have it then. And really interesting to see how the referees got this one. And look, you can see both men think they've won this. And like you said, referee Darren Sargent scoring the contest. And we'll see how we've got it.
So I've got it 57 to 59. I've got Fields winning that fight. So it'll be interesting, as you say. A lot of people are going to go for 2 and 2 in the rounds. Philly Moggs says he thinks Fields won rounds 3 to 1. He won by 3 rounds to 1. Pretty same as me, pretty much. James Davies says definitely a draw. Carl Price is saying a win for Fields. Carl Cunliffe saying a draw would be fair as well. So between me and Luke, I think we've seen either a draw or a win for Fields. No one's coming up and saying a win for Ali yet, so it'll be interesting to see what the scorecard tells us about the fight. Macaulay McGowan thinks it's going to be Ali because it's a 4-rounder. He reckons the ref might call it a draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 hard-fought and close rounds of boxing, referee Howard Foster, scoring for Andy Brook, has adjudged this contest 39 points to 37 points for your winner. Hailing from the Alex Matvienko camp via Rochdale, Muhammad Ali.
So that was a bit of a shocker for
And
the
again,
people who've been
opponents
following the
indeed,
action.
Ben Fields.
Howard Foster gives it to Ali by a score of 39 to 37.